This video is made possible by all of my awesome Patreon supporters. If you'd like to consider supporting me and helping me keep doing what I love to do, check the links in the description. Enjoy the video. Hello and welcome everybody to Let's Play Call of Warhammer, the beginning of the end times, the Greenskins. Now, a couple things, obligatory things that I have to cover here. I did actually start this campaign quite a while ago, when the initial version of Beginning of the End Times came out, but after a short number of turns, I reached an unfixable crash, and I wasn't able to fix it, so I've basically been waiting for the new patch to come out, which the astute amongst you have noticed that it has. So yeah, we're going to be starting it up from brand new here. It has changed quite substantially since I last played it. Even just the starting holdings of the orcs are way different now. So it should be quite interesting and fun. I've been playing this game a lot, and I figured I'd give it a go uploading this again. I'm aiming for about 150 views is pretty much what I'm looking for to consider it quote-unquote successful, I guess. So if it's only getting like 50 views or something like that, then I'm not really going to bother. But yeah, so I've probably gone ahead already and deleted the 3 earlier episodes, and shortly before I upload this, and this will now just be the starting point. So I'm gonna scroll down this here so you guys can have a read. Go nice and slow. I'll try not to jump too much. That's something that I know that I've noticed when I watch people play, is they have a tendency to just go down so quickly it makes it really hard to pause and read. But feel free to have a read there. Just about to the bottom. Okay. Alright, so let's get this thing started. Now, I don't really have any experience with this campaign. You can't really count my past experience because things have changed so dramatically since I last played it. So I'm basically doing this from scratch. Now, with the orcs, it's quite interesting because their units are quite strong, like their late-game units, but their early-game units are really bad. Now, I've been playing mainly Reichland and Dark Elves, who both have incredible armies. Reichland's units are not that strong, but their morale is great, they have excellent generals, and they have incredible ranged and artillery, and the Dark Elves are just overpowered all around. They don't really have any weaknesses at all. So, it should be quite interesting to see what happens here. So again, I'll read down, this is just a little story about our faction leader, Grimgor. Damn right you are. Because Grimgor is the biggest and the greenest and the meanest. So I've got Immortals, which don't really have a very good thing here, but you can see they're quite powerful. This is basically a one-man. I would say this one unit is about equivalent to a half a stack of units. If used well in the early game. So let's see what we've got here. We're going to take everything that's not free upkeep. The boss is here. Alright, none of them get any free upkeep. That's weird. I could have sworn I only recruited 4 there. Unless I had these 2 already. Okay, can I recruit anything here? What's free upkeep? Probably these guys. And then I'll take these guys as well. That's a lot of my money gone already. Alright, you come join up. And just like that, I've got a full stack. Alright, so essentially I've got about 3-ish stacks here. Probably should not put my heir and my faction leader in the same stack. So we'll have Mr. Gorbad come down here and lead these armies. The boss is here. Now another thing that's changed is oh no, he's higher. Shit. Another thing that's changed is I used to have a Wyvern unit available to me, and I do not have that any longer. Alright, so I've basically got 3 stacks in this southern section here. And then I've also got some random stuff up here up north, which I am not very... Shall we say, I'm not expecting to hold on to it, because it's going to be kind of difficult for me to hold on to it. Oh, but this can recruit a lot, though. These guys are amazing. Okay. Alright, so what do we want to do here? Let's look at our recruitment first, because armies are the most important thing right now. So basically, I think I'm losing money. Yeah. I'm losing money. That's not good. It's not good, it's not good. Gotta remember what everything does. Wah! This is basically like your town center, I think. Being designed for the war. Start the war. Small orky stables. The names in this are just phenomenal. Now, the mines have been hit hard since I last played. There's really no reason to make them. They're pretty shit. So what we're looking for is income. Which comes through the slave market, basically. Slave market is where you make the dosh. I'm already, like, almost out of fucking money here. I don't know how you're supposed to do this. But we do have a lot of stuff right off the hop at our disposal, so. It's a diplomat. Goblin diplomat, lol. It's got a garrison coming. And this is a castle, so I'm not going to bother with the slave market here because it's not going to bring in that much money. And this is a keep. So I guess both of these really aren't that great. So this is bringing in only another 30 plus the 50. And this will bring in substantially more. Alright, we'll go with that. But I might have to cancel those, actually. We'll see what happens. Now, it's kind of frustrating because I don't know this map, like, at all down here. I've only played, like I said, up in Reichland and up way off up here in the Dark Elf lands. So I don't know this southern territory really at all. So I think I'm going to have to just actually go ahead and... How much is that actually giving me? That's a fair amount, I guess. But anyways, I'm only going to get the slave markets. And this is what? Man, everything I've got is a castle. Literally every building I have is a fucking castle that I can't adjust the tax rates on. Alright, well in that case, we're not going to bother with any of these. We're just going to go straight military and try to crush everybody that I can. I'm going to go both north and south. So, what do we got to get up here? Honestly, I don't think I'm going to bother getting anything up here. I'm not expecting to hold on to that settlement. It's surrounded by enemies, but I think I'm going to have to toggle fog of war to understand where the hell I am and what I'm doing. Now, here's one place where we're definitely getting troops. We're getting some Black Mountain boys, some Orc archers, Notlob's bolt throwers. These things are pretty good. Look at the stats here. So, 21 with a 7 defense compared to 18 with a 3 defense. And I think the range is better as well. So they're pretty solid. Orc board chariots. Those are pretty scary, actually. We could get some of those. Alright. And then let's come down here. Now, I'm pretty sure that one of these places... mercenary half-orc maniacs. They're not really that good, though. They also don't cost that much, though, so I guess that's alright. Could have sworn, though, that one of these places got some better units, but I might just be incorrect. Alright, so I've got Grimgor here. He's my best general, 4 stars, which is actually pretty good when you take into account that most factions start with 1-star faction leaders. Alright, so here's the map. I guess I'm going to head up to Barrack Barn first. What I'm hoping to do is blitzkrieg all the way along this southern line of the Dogs of War. I want to wipe them out of the game as quickly as I can. Eliminate one of my chief enemies. Leave this here as a barrier between me and the dwarfs. Yeah, Grand Peak. I very seriously doubt I'm going to be able to hold on to Grand Peak, honestly. There's too much stuff up there. I guess I'll give it a couple of units. Might as well. Might as well try to hold on to it. Alright, so then we've got Big Boss Gorbad, who will have some better units here before too long, hopefully. Let's see. Goblin Archers have a 4 missile. That's actually not horrible. But I think his army is largely ranged, isn't it? Savage have 8. Regular have 7, so the Savage have the best archers. And I do have some big guns, who are pretty good. Alright, so I definitely want that. These things are fucking useless. Like, they're so bad, I don't know why they're even in the game. And then I guess I'll just take some Spear Boys. 6, 6, 11 compared to 7, 7, 10. So they're set up properly. Some of the units aren't set up properly yet, but chuck some Goblin Archers in there too. He can use everything he can get his hands on. The garrisons are all over the place down here. But basically what I'm planning on doing is taking these 2 stacks and heading south and capturing these rebel regions, and we'll see what happens with that because this guy's got a lot of stuff. But this army has quite a lot of archers in it as well, so hopefully we can handle ourselves. These guys are not really that great because they've got javelins thrown before charge instead of just straight up javelins thrown, which is a pain in the ass. But yeah, next turn he'll have these guys ready, and I'll probably just fill up the stack and take him south too. I think that Grimgore will be enough to sweep right through here, honestly. I think I can take out everything if I focus on it. Like, I can take this place first, and then this, and then this, and then this. I'll probably leave this alone for now. And then, you know, just move my way through there. Because, as you can see by the map, it's mostly rebels up here. So the Dogs of War are quite easy to take out in the beginning of the game. And Arkendorf and Grisburg both have huge garrisons of rebels. So if I leave them there, it should keep a barrier between me and the dwarfs. And then the Black Crag will have a pretty decent army in it. I don't really know. I guess I could just take everything and try to combine with the one in the north, and then. But look at all those dwarves, though. Those dwarfs are gonna shit all over me if I try to fuck with them. The Night Goblins, on the other hand. But what I'll probably end up doing, honestly, in fact, I think what I'm definitely going to do is I'm going to take these units. I'm going to deconstruct everything here, and I'm just going to leave it. Because I'm not going to be able to hold on to this place. I'm just not going to be able to do it. There's too many people nearby who want to fuck with me. So I'm just going to take my stuff from there, go and meet up with the stuff from here, and then see what we can accomplish. So that's the game plan. And now that 10 minutes have gone by, let's move on with it. So, end the turn. Now I learned my lesson because the first time I've got the Eastern end turn thing. The first time I did this, I had music on, and it turns out there's a bunch of copyrighted music in this game. There's like music from all over the place, from fucking Troy. There's tracks in here from Conan the Barbarian. Like I said, it's all over the place. It's crazy. Bad hunt. That's probably not good. And we are losing money badly. But that's okay, though. Okay. Got some good stuff for the Black Crag.
The boss is here.
The boss is here. So this army's pretty scary, actually. We've got the Savage Boar Boys Bodyguard, who are quite a bit stronger from the normal Savage Boar Boys. As you can see, the stats are like not even close. Which is actually one of the chief things that I complained about. This guy is one of my best generals, and he starts with this shit fucking bodyguard that's horrible. Like, just really bad. What a cunning idea. Now, I hope this doesn't have a kerosene script. It does. Of course it does. Oh, it's really hard to play when everything you attack has a kerosene. I should probably just go in and gut that, honestly, but whatever. We'll just deal with it. So, I want everything here. Everything, please. Thank you. Let's move. Now, take everything from here. And get rid of all this. I like how that's the hut. It's like a barrel. Anyways, but like I said, we're not going to be able to hold that, so we're just going to get rid of it. Alright, so I'm a 1-star, he's a 2-star. But I do have a slight range advantage in that I have this. The Spear Chucker. But then again, he's got a Bolt Thrower. Which has a much better attack versus troops, as you can see. 20. Hammer's bodyguard. I'm not too worried about that. I've got a better bodyguard. So it's going to come down to the bodyguards and the Spear Chuckers. I'm pretty sure this guy's got a Cav bodyguard. I could be wrong, though. But anyways, let's get to our first battle. Woo! Ah! I can't fit it. I can't fit enough in there. This game is biased against orcs. There we go. Alright, let's get this going. Wow! Chopping time! A little too tired. I don't think I'm going to be doing too many orc impressions today. Just want to figure out basically how to play, pretty much. Okay, so we got a nice big hill, which is always nice. Because I can... Yep, those are indeed Cav, as you can see. So I can put them over there. So, Spear Chuckers. You get up here. There's 4 of you, which is nice. I guess they aren't that much better. The dwarf ones aren't that much better than mine. So, we'll just line our boys up here. Like that. And then we'll put the savage on the flanks. Quit mucking around and move! I do love me some orcs in the morning. It's currently 7 a.m. when I'm recording this, so you guys are going to be seeing it not too long after. Alright, that's everything. So we'll take our Cav, and we'll fuck with some dwarves. They're going to be one of our chief enemies for a good portion of the game, them and the Dogs of War, and then I'll probably be at war with the Tomb Kings for a long time. To battle. Enable fire at will. Now, the interesting thing about the the interesting thing about the orcs is they all have this war cry, which if you use slightly before they get into combat, apparently makes them better. Now, I don't really know how well that works, granted, but we will be finding out. So I got these guys on throw at will, so hopefully that'll make them work properly. It's not even really that good, but the chief thing is, if they're on fire at will, they'll throw all their javelins, and then I can actually charge properly with them. The boss is here! Yeah, you see I'm chucking spears. There we go. That's all the spears thrown. What did I kill, like 4 dudes? Alright, so he put down stakes. Where did he put them? Oh, looks like he messed it up somehow. Oh, I actually killed a fair number of them there. Well done. The boss says to keep moving. Alright, killed 10% of them with that charge. And that should get them to come and attack me. Something really cut me down there in my numbers. Probably those crossbows. Got a pretty good charge off there, but This is the problem. Dwarves are just so tanky. But we have killed more of them than they have us, which is a good thing. So, let's charge them and then rotate up here. And I think I'll just tie them up because they're really bad in melee combat. Unlike most dwarfs. Oh, almost forgot. Fire at will. Let them mop them up. They should be fine. These big and spore boys are really good. 2 hit points, 17 defense with a 12 attack and a 9 charge. They're like really good. So they only got cut down so bad because of the crossbows. Because as you can see, I got 8 armor with a 4 shield. But these crossbows, I believe, do quite a bit of damage. 8 missile damage per hit. And not effective against armor, but 8 missile damage. Like, that's insane. When you have that many missiles coming at you, all dealing 8 damage, your guys will drop pretty quick, even with 2 health points. Oh, props to these guys for actually fighting to the end. Oh my god. Such a pain in the ass. Just die, dwarves! There you go. That's what we needed. Alright, finish them off. Now they're hitting us. Should be shooting them with the bolt thrower. Or the spear chucker, rather. Oh, they weren't shooting even though they were set to fire at will. It's always nice. You finished them yet? Quite surprised they managed to kill as many of me as they did. Those crossbows don't play around. But this is a pretty crappy army at the same time. Alright, charge them. Clean them up. Now these fights will be relatively even, because... Oh, I can't activate it while I'm in combat anymore. Going pretty well, though. Looks like the spear chucker didn't really kill anybody there. But yeah, we overwhelmed them with just sheer numbers. The only thing about the war chant is it kind of stops you in whatever you're doing. So you gotta use it and then order them to go again. Let's go help those. Orc says to keep moving. This should rout these guys. Naturally, due to them being dwarfs, they are slow. Slow. So we can easily chase them down. So not a bad first little battle there. Pretty successful. Let's try and get this guy so that we can charge at him downhill, because Hammer's bodyguards don't play around. They are pretty good. Here we go. In case you guys are wondering where these quotes are from, they're from an old game called Call of Warhammer. Or no, not Call of Warhammer. Holy shit. I don't even understand what happened there. How did they kill all of me like that? Like, these guys died way in the back without even touching anybody. I still killed a good bunch of them, too, though. But only the general survived that. But yeah, the orc quotes, I know for sure, are from a game called Warhammer, I believe it's called Mark of Chaos. I played the Xbox version, which is called Warhammer Battle March. And that's where a goodly portion of the quotes are from. Because it's a good game. I'm not really sure about the others, though. There's been several Warhammer games that are in a sort of a Total War combat style vein over the years. So there's plenty of quotes to draw on. Come on, spear chuckers. Hit these little bastards with their freaking hammers. want to have a look at their stats here. I'll try and look at their stats as much as I can, because I know you guys might not be familiar with them. This game is relatively recent, but these guys are amazing. Like, these stats are really good for the way this game is balanced if you compare them to my orc boys here and my savage orc boys. Now, like I said, the war cry should supposedly improve their attack a bit. I'm not really sure what the numbers are on that, though. Oh, got one. It's crazy how silent it is. But if you get like 4 or 5 of these bolt or spear chuckas and you set them up on a hill, you'll be surprised how many kills they get. Yeah, you see, look how many they got there. 3 with 1 bolt. And at the enemy station area, it should get even worse. But when you're facing armies, like actual tangible armies, you set up a few of those things on a hill and they will do work. It's actually quite surprising. Especially Notlob's spear chuckas. Those things are amazing. Throw a wah in there. I also just got a sneaky idea that I think I'm going to be employing. Everyone I kill with a spear chucka is the less one that can mess with my guys. I wonder if I can watch the spear fly through the air like you can with archers and their arrows. You can. Yeah, let's watch it at a normal speed. Oh, right through him. Little off. Alright, enough of that. Let's get through the rest of the ammo here. And then when I rush him, that will be it. He's going to rout as soon as I come close. That's why he's sitting back and not attacking, because he knows that he can't. He's hoping to... He might actually be hoping to run the clock down, although I've heard that the AI doesn't really know that there's a clock. Whoa! Chase him down. Don't let anybody get away. We's the greenest and the meanest. This army should be relatively decent once it joins up with the other one, though, because the other one's got some good units. What I'm hoping is that that place that I just left will go rebel and get a decent garrison in it, and then that can just be a further guard between me and the dwarfs. The question is, do I want to open up another front in the east? And I think the answer is no. The ogres are going to be just so powerful. Ransom? Ooh, I can use that money. Okay. And he's now a 2-star general. Sweet. I'm going to head down here to Black Crag, where I trained up these guys, who are all pretty solid, decent units. Thanks to that ransom money, I'll now have that bolt thrower there as well. Alright, so...
Why is he bothering me?
Let's see. Who do we want to call a wah on? Oh, Karazakarak. Yes, please. Now, this is pretty loud, just to warn you guys, so turn your volume down real quick before I click on this. This is really loud. Oh, Karazakarak, you are so screwed. Now, the people who can join WAS, as you might expect, are the Night Goblins and the Ogres. So, the Night Goblins or the Ogres, one or the other, should easily take that settlement, which is the Dwarven Capital, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. So, if we take that from them, it will be good. And you know what? We can actually join the WA as well, which makes our units free upkeep. As you can see, upkeep 0. And it also gives them increased movement speed, if I'm not mistaken. So we can WA up in here. You just got to be careful with it, because if you leave them in there for too long and you don't make any progress, then you, yeah, I don't think that's accurate, because these guys are all 0 upkeep now. But if you leave them in there for too long and you don't make any progress, then they start abandoning you. So, you got to be careful with it. We should be making a lot of money now, so let's quickly queue up slave markets everywhere. Orky stables. Oh, the names in this. Now, they don't give much income, but it's better than nothing. Black Claw Lair. It's an interesting name for her. Yeah, the Orcs have been nerfed pretty substantially. They used to start with way more than this. Or at least I think they did. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, we're just going to siege this down. I'm not going to try and take that with the Dwarven defenders there, because they've got a lot of defenders. They got all these Quarrelers. They got a bunch of warriors. They got some Iron Drakes who literally shoot flames. They're flamethrowers. Miners who chuck grenades. Like, these guys are just not... It would not be a good time trying to take this from them. I would take a lot of losses, and I need this stack to do well. So I'm going to focus more on the southern campaign, probably. It's going to be a lot of sieging in the early game, though. But let's move on to the next turn. One thing I find fascinating about this is how fast the turns always just fly right through. Like, it's almost... It's similar to DAC, how fast the turns fly by, and the scripts are there's way more scripts in this than there are in DAC, so it's always interesting to me how that works. And this isn't even done yet. This is like a fucking very early beta. Very bad hunt. Yeah, that's looks better to me. Annex settlement. How do you want me to get there? That's not going to happen. Alright, so you can see this asshole is blocking me. I might have to kill him. Oh. Yeah, both of them have joined it now. Dark Elves don't like me. Night Goblins do. Northland and Midland are allies, and we've got some stuff at Black Crag. Right. Give me some of these. Like, fuck, they're really not that good, though. Just give me some boys and some goblins. There we go. Goblin spears. Goblin spears are just straight better than goblins. That's interesting. Because their animation is going to be better, too. I wonder if there's any place they didn't build. That place is building. That place is not building. That place is not building. Oh, did I queued up something here, didn't I? Whoopsie. I would have canceled it. Don't worry. I would have caught that, guys. If you were banging your head against the wall, screaming at me for queuing up a building there. That's my bad. Okay, so where are we going here? Oh, yeah. Look at how much better the movement range is. Oh. Okay. There's the guy that I wanted to take out. So, here, let me see. What are my odds here? If we compare what he's got to what I've got. I've got a whole bunch of base level guys. He's got a whole bunch of goblins. Bless me. Sorry about that. This should be an easy fight. Let's fight this. And this will probably finish off the episode, honestly. this should be, knock on wood, this should be an easy fight. Now the annoying thing about the Savage Orc Boar Boy Bodyguard is how annoying it is to charge. Like, I always have to hold down Alt in order to charge with them, because unless they fixed it, and they chuck their spears properly now. Alright, so this guy's just an infantry general, so we definitely want these two to do the brunt of the fighting, because they're our toughest guys. They'll deal a lot of damage before they start dying. He's got 2 health points and a very high defense and attack. You can't really see it, but rest assured, the Black Orcs are not to be trifled with. Okay, so let's go here, honestly. It always throws me off, because if you look at the dots, the way they're spread out, they look tiny, but then you actually, the units hit, and it's like, oh. What a cunning idea. Now, are these guys line? Ah, they fixed it. They used to not be line troops, and my god, it was a pain in the ass. Alright, so I'm going to put you guys in group 2. You guys are going to be my main line, and we'll use the Savage Orcs as reserves. So, I don't think I can walk here, can I? No, maybe. Maybe. Alright, there we go. That'll do. And then you guys are just going to be in the back. I don't really want you there. Team 4, line up on the hill above them. Team 1, fire at will. Let's go over here. Line up for me, please. It's time to find out whether or not they fixed the bodyguard. So they got a big-ass hill up there, so they're going to have the range on me, that's for sure. Oh, never mind. They didn't take it, because they're morons. Speed it up. Let's go chuck some spears at some goblins. Good times for all. Oh, is he doing it? No, he's not doing it. Just gonna use my calves to take theirs out, pretty much, because they've got the shitty goblin wolf riders who are really not that good. Okay, and then they should be coming for me now. There's their boar boys. Run there, please. Weird angle here. Very weird angle. But we are winning. Oh, they got a big one's bodyguard. Where'd you get that from? They got a bunch of cav in this army. Jesus. I should have looked at it more closely. But I still think we'll be okay. We're eating through those goblin wolf riders fairly easily. If we compare stats here. They've got a 5 melee with a 6 defense compared to a 9 melee with a 9 defense. So, in melee, should be no problem. How are we doing? We do not want to get flanked. So we better set ourselves up here. They don't want to cooperate with me. Alright, go there. That's good, because there are heads that need mashing. Alright, well the cav seems to have, for the most part, fucked off here, so let's try and do some cycle charging now. Here we go, here we go, here we go! That orc big gun's bodyguard is going to ruin me. As he's doing. Hit him hard. Oh, wait. No, not you guys. You guys! Hit him hard. Man, they're hitting everything but what I want them to hit. God damn it. We're still winning, though. Oh, wow. It's actually a decent charge. Alright, let's go over here with these guys. Quick, quick, quick. Go, go, go. They're not routing, which is good. Swarming these guys. That's how you kill Orc Biggin's bodyguard. You just swarm them. Swarm them like there's no tomorrow. They're throwing all their cav at me over here. Oh, you didn't retreat when I told you to. That's always nice. That's fantastic. Alright. Charge. Go save your boss. Here we go, here we go, here we go! Now the big uns are definitely better, I think. Look at that. Even a direct charge to the back barely touched them. Surround him. Roar! I don't know what half these abilities do. Well, on the downside, they didn't hit our strongest units. On the upside, they didn't kill any of our strongest units. Although they would have taken less. I don't know. Some people like to use their trash first. I like to try to take the least losses possible. So that you got that critical mass. Orc 4 boys, that should be no contest. Oh, never mind, they're beating me. Alright. You. Go tie up those archers. Charge them. Let's get after those big ones. Still got a bunch of arrows so I can shoot at those wolf riders. But we've won this battle quite nicely. That rebel stack isn't nearly as bad as it used to be. Oh. Savage Orc War Boss is down. That's going to be routing across the board. Orcs are interesting in this because they've got great morale. Well, they've got basically any general, but as soon as a general goes down, it's like Misty Mountains and Dak. It's just like mass routing instantaneously. Standing and fighting is out of the question. If the general goes down, it's hilarious. Alright, well, we can't really do much now, except for set up a line and hold to it. That's what happens when you face off with a bunch of orcs against a predominantly a goblin army. Speed it up. Let them come to me. Gork says to keep moving. Now we do have a slight hill here, which is good. Okay. Continue. I guess we might as well grab those goblin archers. You. The wolf riders will get away. No question, I just can't keep up with them, but I can grab these goblins. Seems like the most losses we took were in our cavalry, which honestly I don't really care about. This early cavalry of the orcs is really not that great. I don't really like weak cavalry. I only like powerful cavalry that actually gets shit done. I find that the weak cavalry doesn't really do anything. They just die. You might have noticed, for those of you who watched my Third Age campaign, I never recruited any low-tier cavalry. I relied solely on infantry early game because I just find the low-tier cavalry to be really bad. Pretty good victory, though. Now, keep in mind, this game is very different from Divide and Conquer, so there's not going to be the crazy, heroic victories that you'll be used to from Divide and Conquer in this. Alright, so there should be two regions down here that I can claim. Two rebel regions, and then I'll basically be bordering the Tomb Kings at that point. Got quite a lot of stuff here. Okay, merge up. You. Where are the ruins of Morkine? There they are. Oh, he ungarrisoned it. How lovely of you. Where is the settlement over here? Oh, it's way down there. Alright, well, I'm going to be using him to deal with this army. Oh, this will be a massacre. I just have to set up my guys on a line. No problem. High Elves apparently don't like me attacking rebels. Neither do the Wood Elves. Don't ask me why. I don't know. Now, what I should be able to do is turn this off and then back on. And that should prevent them from running from me, like from abandoning me. Alright, so we got a couple battles to fight here. Now this one is a lot easier than it might seem. Because, well, this guy is the faction heir, and he's got a good command star rating. I can still surround those dwarfs and just kill them with sheer numbers. He only has 1 unit of range, which I can spear chuck at him to death. Now, he does have troll slayers, but they're really not that great, as you can see by the defense. They've got a high attack, but they're glass cannons. And then this guy's just got 1 unit of warriors, so should be able to power through that relatively easily. I mean, I will take losses, but I don't really care too much about taking losses because I'm just interested in getting my armies together. Plus, I've killed in losing those troops, I will kill some dwarfs, and that will be less troops to defend Karaz-a-Karak from whoever takes that. But, yeah, that's going to wrap this one up, because it's been about 45 minutes. That's usually what I aim for. So, hope you guys have enjoyed this first episode. Please shout out in the comments. Let me know what you think. If you have any tips or anything. Although, honestly, I know this game pretty well at this point. Except for the terrain where the towns are. I know what each faction is capable of for the most part. So, but feel free to drop me what you think in the comments. Drop a like and subscribe to let me know if you did enjoy. And, check out the links in the description for my Patreon and my Steam group. And, as always, thank you for watching, and stay awesome.